Let's bring in Leo Terrell. Leo, I know you have been sounding off on this for quite some time, especially after you look at what played out in the last election cycle. All this money, I mean, they get reelected, they won their midterm races. This is a breakdown of Soros-backed attorneys, at least 75 of them. They represent 72 million Americans with more than $40 million spent, Leo. And when you look at the people, the Americans that these Soros-backed prosecutors represent, it's about 20% of the country. And more than 40% of U.S. homicides that are happening. I mean, there are real consequences to these folks getting back by Soros with all of this money. And you have to ask, when is this going to come to an end?
Well, thank you for that question, Sandra. Thanks for having me. I live in one of these terrorized cities, Los Angeles, where we have a George Soros-backed DA, George Gascon. But here's the game plan, Sandra. Soros's money and these progressive DAs play the race card in these predominantly Democratic cities. And they use the power of the prosecution office, Sandra, who has prosecutorial discretion not to charge these career criminals. And what's happening is the people who they claim they're trying to help, the people of color, are being hurt in these Democratic cities. Sandra, the question I always ask is, where's this racist boogeyman in New York, in LA, in Chicago? They're run by people of color. But this is going on and on and on. And the only solution, Sandra, is that we need to have voters aware of this selection process by George Soros ahead of the problem. Because just like in Virginia, when the parents got upset with critical race theory, they took action. We need to take action to negate George Soros's money.
Well, you mentioned parents and what it's going to take for enough people to finally speak up. We know Kim Gardner is the target of many who have fallen victim to crime happening. The Missouri AG now is pointing out her history of scandals, alleged misconduct. She's defiant, though. But this is a parent, Jim Dandridge, a former St. Louis police sergeant whose son was robbed at gunpoint. He is slamming Kim Gardner. Listen to this.
We can't allow people like Kim Gardner be prosecutors in this state and let us down. I mean, the safety of every one of us here is in jeopardy because of an inept prosecutor here. There's cases where they've dropped homicide cases because the prosecutor failed to show up. How does that happen?
And we know she is no stranger to controversy. We now know that she's facing calls from the Missouri governor, as I just mentioned, the AG. They want her to resign. Will more people rise up and speak out?
And let me tell you right now, Sandra, Kim Gardner is a train wreck. There was a young 16-year-old girl who lost her legs because an armed robber who broke bond 40 different times ran into this young lady while she was in St. Louis. Volleyball player. This woman, Gardner, is a train wreck. You know what she's doing right now? She's playing the race card against the governor. That's what they do. Kim Gardner is incompetent. Kim Gardner is hurting the people of color in the city of St. Louis and all people. The problem is very simple. These type of cases, Sandra, the district attorney races, they don't get the media attention. And George Soros' dark money is used to negate any challenges from an opposition candidate who believes in law and order. And that's why Kim Gardner has been in office since 2016. And she's up, I think, just recently, been disciplined by her own state bar.
Yeah, and that is why she is at this moment facing an unprecedented push to get out of office after that volleyball player, Janae Edmondson, 16 years old. She was hit by a vehicle, lost both her legs while visiting St. Louis with her team. And it is a sad, sad story, Leo. And it is affecting so many Americans in this country right now. And the money's still there. And as long as the money's there to back these candidates, do you predict any change anytime soon?
Let me be very clear. Let me be honest with the Fox viewers. No. Sandra, I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I have to have my head on a swivel because it is dangerous in Los Angeles. It's dangerous in San Francisco. It's dangerous in Chicago, New York. What do they all have in common, Sandra? They're Democratic cities run by Democratic governors and mayors. But for Fox News, we don't see this every day. But we have to take action before these individuals are elected. We got to make sure that 16-year-old girl who lost her legs, we prevent these DAs, Kim Gardner, from getting elected.
All right, Leo Terrell on all of that for us. Leo, good to see you, and thank you very much for joining us on that.
Thank you, Sandra.
All right, John.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.